Yo, what's good everybody? So I have the Galaxy S7 and we're going to be taking a look at how it basically holds up in 2018. Before I get any further, my voice is messing up. We are doing the Xbox One giveaway on this channel. In order to enter, you just have to subscribe to the channel and add me on all the social networks. All the links are down in the description, so it's super easy to enter. We're also giving away cases to any of your guys' phones to the runner-up. So literally all you have to do is just subscribe and add me on all the social networks and you're already entered. Now concerning the Galaxy S7, the body I think is still super nice. I always liked this design even with the Galaxy S4, S3, S5, but I never really liked the bezels. So I mean the S8 for me is a much better looking device, but I never really hated this design. But depending on who you are, it's probably not a big deal. But the back has a 12 megapixel camera and there's a 5 megapixel selfie camera on the front. And speaking about the front, there's a 5.1 inch AMOLED screen. It's actually 1440p, so it's above 1080p, and I still think it's very nice. Even the PPI is still super high as well. It's 577 pixels per inch, so that's super high. And turning on the phone, we have Android 7.0, which is Android N. This is the latest version this phone supports, which if you think about it, this phone's already a full version behind. To me, I don't really think Androids, besides the security updates, need to be updated all the time, but to you it might be a big deal. I don't know if there's been too many security updates with this phone. I'll have to look back in the history, but if it's fully secure, then I don't really think there's many differences between Android 7 and Android 8, and I might be completely wrong and somebody might comment already, so hopefully I'm wrong. I really hope there are a lot of changes. Now concerning the overall performance, this phone has an octa-core processor and it's super smooth and super fast. Heavier tasks and multitasking is still very good. This phone has 4 gigabytes of RAM as well. The only problem with me throughout this whole entire interface of this phone has to be the software, and I never really liked TouchWiz. I'm not like a TouchWiz guy. I'm barely a stock Android guy. I think the OnePlus, their Auction OS, I think that's the best software out right now in terms of stock without having to root your phone. CyanogenMod obviously is the beast, but I just kind of feel like TouchWiz kind of slows the phone down a little bit. But like I said, you can always custom ROM this phone. There's a root and there's an exploit out for it, and there's a bunch of ROMs out for it as well. So if that's an option, and if you get an S7, I would highly recommend doing that. Gaming is also super awesome as well. The phone does heat up a little bit, but literally light gaming and heavy gaming are amazing. I can't name one phone that doesn't heat up when you play heavier intensive games on it. So now switching to the cameras, those are also super amazing. Samsung is always notorious of having very good cameras. The photos are clear, the backgrounds are blurred when you're taking a photo of like a still object in the front. Videos are also awesome. This phone shoots 4K videos and it even shoots 1080p videos at 60 frames per second, so it's pretty nice considering this phone is almost 2 years old. The front camera though is okay. It seems a bit grainy and it does kind of glitch up a little bit. It doesn't glitch up, it's like a little bit choppy when you move it a little bit too fast. And honestly, phone companies really need to double down on in 2018 to jump up the front camera quality. I think the Pixel 2 is pretty good, but it just feels like this is like the one topic where I hound down on the phone, and I don't like talking about it, but nowadays it just seems like I have to talk about it all the time of how bad front cameras are. Now switching to the battery life, it's honestly kind of strange. It has a 3000 mAh battery, which isn't bad at all, but the thing is this is still a powerful phone, so the phone might die before you finish a day off if you're a heavier user. Standby time though is pretty good. I've only charged this thing once since I got it and it was on standby. I thought it was dead, but I picked it up and it was still at 4%, so at least it didn't die. So to sum up, I'm pretty sure you can find some of these for less than $250 depending on what carrier you want it on. What I would basically sum it down to is it's great quality, great build quality, it's a great screen, great cameras, the ability to possibly throw a custom ROM on it, fingerprint sensor as well. A lot of Android phones around this time period when this phone was released actually missed fingerprint sensors, so it's cool that this phone has it. And if you want Samsung quality, these phones are obviously Samsung made, so you have a Samsung phone, but the biggest complaint has to be the speaker and lack of USB-C. So I say speaker because there's only one, and that's at the bottom right next to the micro USB port. It's not big, it's kind of loud, but if I were you, if you enjoy media consumption at all, I would probably kind of stay away from this phone. It's also micro USB, which isn't that big of a complaint to me, but if you want to future-proof this phone, USB-C is the future. Micro USB is still here for a while, but USB-C would be so much more awesome if it was on this phone. Unfortunately, it's not, but I think the speaker is a bigger deal than the USB port. So like I said, if you want Samsung quality, this is definitely the phone to go with, especially on a budget. If you're balling on a budget, you should probably get this. If you can get over the speaker, the micro USB port, and the lack of updates, then this phone is definitely for you. It'll easily last you another year if you keep it stock, but if you want to custom ROM it, it'll last even longer. But I will preface all that by saying that I feel like the S8 prices are going to come down a lot since the S9 is about to get released in like 2 months or so. So I would say wait like 2 or 3 months before you get the S7, because these prices are going to go down and the S8 prices are going to go down as well. So you can kind of choose which one you want to do there. But man, that's like the most sense I've ever made in a video. But guys, that is pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or comments, or you think differently than what I'm thinking, then definitely leave it down in the comment section. I'll be happy to, check it out. Maybe I'll answer, who knows. But like this video if you enjoyed it. That definitely means so much. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.